Didn't unmute my mic. That's unprofessional by me. But never doubted them. Never doubted this team one bit. Kyle Schwarber. Oh, boy. Oh, Kyle Schwarber. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Phillies win. They beat the Dodgers 5-4 in the 9th inning. Kyle Schwarber, walk-off bomb. Phillies extend their winning streak to 6 games. Ranger Suarez, in my opinion, had a really good start. Went 6 innings in this ball game. Only allowed 1 run. Had some good strikeouts in this game. Had an inning where he struck out Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith all in a row. Struck out the side there. Bullpen-wise, Matt Strahm, of course, he had, probably his worst outing of the year. Allows back-to-back home runs with 2 outs to allow the Dodgers to tie the game. So that sucked. But what also stood out to me, your offense, specifically your top guys, your top 4 in the lineup, Kyle Schwarber, Nick Castellanos, Bryce Harper, and Trey Turner, they all delivered today. Every single one of those guys in your top of the lineup, your top 4, they delivered. They drove in all the RBIs in today's game. Kyle Schwarber with a triple out of all places. Freaking Kyle Schwarber taking eons to hustle around the bases, but he can take eons because of the place where he hit the damn ball. It's hilarious seeing Kyle Schwarber run around the bases. It's just a sight to behold, I guess, at that point. But that definitely is something to behold there. But every single one of your guys, your main guys in the top 4, they all delivered today. Each one of them had an RBI. Each one of them had at least 1 hit in this ball game, which was very good because the bottom parts of your lineup really didn't do much in this game. So it was huge for your top pieces to get the job done, basically. Kyle Schwarber, 2 for 3 in the ball game with the triple, with the walk-off home run in the 9th inning with 2 outs, because I was even saying to myself here, you do not want to go to extra innings against this Dodgers team. 2 outs, Kyle Schwarber coming up to the plate, lefty, and he absolutely annihilates the ball. He murders it. As soon as it was hit off the bats, you knew it was gone. The reaction from him, the reaction from Nick Castellanos in the on-deck circle, the reaction from the dugout, the reaction from Citizens Bank Park, simply fantastic. Fantastic. Nick Castellanos 1 for 4 with an RBI, Bryce Harper 1 for 4 with an RBI, and Trey Turner went 2 for 4 in this game with an RBI. So Trey Turner doing stuff against his former team. But if you look at the rest of the Phillies lineup, basically everyone was basically 0 for except for Cody Clemens and Edmundo Sosa. Both of those guys had 1 hit. JT went 0 for with a hit by pitch. Bryson Stott 0 for. Brandon Marsh 0 for with 3 strikeouts. They did bring in Drew Ellis to pinch in the 9th inning, which was odd, I guess, because of the lefty on the mound. But he went 0 for in that at bat. Runners in score position, you go 3 for 8. And pitching-wise, besides Matt Strahm, your bullpen came up huge. Jose Alvarado definitely showcased some rust in that opening, 8th inning. Allowed a walk, allowed a hit, but he did come back in Jose Alvarado faction, struck out 2 guys, got out of a huge jam in that situation, kept the game tied at 4. And then Gregory Soto in the 9th inning, what goes 1, 2, 3, 1 strikeout, 14 pitches, only thing he needed there. If you look at Ranger Suarez's stats for today, probably one of his best, I would say his best outing of the season. 4 hits, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, which was in the 1st inning, and that was basically it for Ranger Suarez. 2 walks and 8 strikeouts on 103 pitches. Kind of looked like he was overpowering the Dodgers a little bit there, so that was very nice to see from Ranger. Looks like he is a little bit, ramping it back up these past few starts. The 7-inning performance against the Washington Nationals and this start here. So, hey, go figure. Good job, Ranger. We definitely needed you there, and that's, probably the 5th start in a row where a pitcher goes at least 6 innings, your starter-wise. So, trending in the right direction, which is a really good thing. Matt Strahm, sadly, he got roughed up after that leadoff walk. If he doesn't get that leadoff walk and he gets that first guy out, the back-to-back home runs don't happen. But at the end of the day, he walked the leadoff guy, got the next 2 guys out, but then he allowed back-to-back home runs to Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, and that tied the ball game up for the Dodgers. So that sucked. And yeah, it's basically it there. But if we look at, play-by-play from this game, Dodgers get on the board first with 2 outs. JD Martinez doubles home Freddie Freeman, who also doubled himself. 1-0 Dodgers lead right there. Phillies don't do anything in the bottom of the first. A leadoff Schwarber walk, then a couple of fielders' choices. Trey Turner singles, and then nothing really happens from there. Bottom of the second inning, nothing happens. Bottom of the third, Phillies get on the board after a Kyle Schwarber leadoff triple. Bryce Harper manages to single him home to tie the ball game up. And then basically both offenses go quiet for the next few innings. And then you go to the fifth where the Phillies took the lead there. Edmundo Sosa reached it on an infield single. Kyle Schwarber walks. Nick Castellanos with a double that brings home a run to make it 2-1. Then a wild pitch happens. Schwarber scores. 3-1 ball game, and then Trey Turner drives home Nick Castellanos with an RBI single there. 4-1 Phillies. Ranger Suarez gets a 1-2-3 top of the sixth inning, and in comes Matt Strahm. Walks Vargas on 5 pitches. Then he strikes the next 2 guys out, but then Mookie Betts, 2-0 count, slider that hangs a little bit, crushes the ball, 4-3 ball game, and then Freddie Freeman on the second pitch, fastball right down the middle, he crushes opposite way, and ties the ball game up. Then both offenses go quiet for the next few innings. The Jose Alvarado inning started off with a leadoff double by JD Martinez. Then Jose gets the next 2 guys out, walks Vargas, and then he strikes out DeLuca to end the inning. A little bit of a celebration there by Jose, which is nice. Definitely huge to have Alvarado back in that back end of the bullpen, so you can definitely give some other guys some days off when they desperately need them to. Craig Kimbrell has been, getting a heavy use out of the back end, so he gets a nice day off. Sir Anthony gets a nice day off, so you only have to use, really, Alvarado and Soto in this ballgame, and you had to use Strahm, but Strahm didn't really get the job done today, sadly. I would assume he gets the job done more times than not. This was just a fluky outing for him. And also with the Jose Alvarado getting called up, you see Connor Brogdon getting sent down, so that was definitely odd. I'm assuming that's, stretching from him being completely overused. So they're going to send him back down there, let him get his confidence back. He'll be back up in no time because eventually Alec Boehm's going to get called up. He was originally supposed to be called up tomorrow, Alec Boehm, but they pushed it back just because he's still dealing with some issues with the hamstring. So they're not saying it's going to be anything serious. They're not worried about anything. They're just pushing it back so we can get that hamstring some more rest. So bottom of the 8th inning, Phillies don't do anything there. JT gets hit by a pitch. He does steal second base, but then Stott and Marsh were not able to drive him home because they both struck out. Top of the 9th inning, Gregory Soto 1-2-3. Then you go bottom 9, Kyle Schwarber with the walk-off solo bomb. Phillies win this ball game. They're now a game below 500. They have won 6 games in a row. They are 18-10 at home. And possibly this Phillies team, could you say they're turning the corner? Let's see if this keeps on going. Let's see if this train keeps on rolling. Because it'll keep on rolling and more people will hop on board if you find a way to win this series against the Dodgers. You got the first step done. You took game 1. And I was confident that they were going to win game 1. Yeah, it sucked that Matt Strahm allowed the Dodgers to tie the game, but I still wasn't fully worried, I guess you could say. With the way this team was finding ways to win, even though they were finding ways to win against a team like the Detroit Tigers, you're getting wins under your belt. You're getting wins in, key situations, especially like, yesterday in the bottom of the 9th inning with Cody Clemens. You found a way to win again. Good teams find ways to win regardless of the opponent that you're playing. And this is a good Dodgers team. Yes, they're not the same Dodgers team that were, in years past. They're still a very stacked squad. That lineup is very good. But you found a way to win against a good team. And that says something. Now you got, I believe, Aaron Nola on the mound tomorrow. I believe so, unless that is the bullpen game tomorrow. Not sure if it's Nola tomorrow. It is Aaron Nola tomorrow going up against Bobby Miller. So it's definitely going to be a tough case there. Bobby Miller is 2-0 with a 1.06 ERA. But looking at his starts this year, he really doesn't go deep into ball games. 5 innings, 6 innings, 6 innings. This will be his 4th major league start. So maybe he's due for a little bit of a stinker. Maybe he is. And I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit, giddied up from Aaron Nola's last start, taking that no-hitter deep into the ball game. Had a little bit of an extra oomph to him against the Tigers. I don't care that it was against the Tigers, Find a way to get, some confidence against any team that you face. I don't care what the level of competition is. Aaron Nola pitched really good, and hey, maybe he can get some revenge because this Dodgers team... Was Aaron Nola on the mound during that series where the Dodgers swept the Phillies? I don't remember, actually. I believe Aaron Nola was on the bump because I know Strom pitched one of those games. I forget who was the other guy. It wasn't because Ranger wasn't back at that point. It could have been Taijuan Walker. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. I need to see that. Who was on the mound during that first series in LA against the Dodgers? Was it Nola? It could have been Nola. Let me see. Nola was on the mound that game. He allowed 4 runs. And he went 6 1/3 innings. So, definitely a chance to get some payback there. Definitely a chance. So, yeah. That's basically it for this game. I gotta sneeze. I could feel one coming on. Jesus. I start... Mute it, Mike. Now I sneeze. Sneezes are happening way too frequently on these damn streams. I hate that. I hate it. Hate it. My God. 5-4 win, man. I wasn't, nervous when they tied the ball game up. You find a way to win. You find a way. And if you're looking at some Phillies prospect things, Mick Abel had a start tonight for the Reading Phillies. He went 5 innings, struck out 5, allowed 1 hit in his start. So I don't know if that says anything. I doubt he's going to be a guy that comes up to maybe make a spot start for you. But who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Let me see. Don't think there's anything on post-game or anything like that. So we just got to see. But looking at the rest of this series against the Dodgers, like I said, it is Nola going up against Miller. And then Taijuan Walker is going to be Sunday's game. And currently it is unknown for the Dodgers who's going to pitch. It was originally going to be Tony Gonsolin, or it was actually going to be Julio Urias. But I'm assuming that when I looked at his last a couple of days ago, instead he was dealing with some type of injury. So I'm assuming he wasn't going to make his next start. So I'm assuming that's going to be a bullpen game for the Dodgers. So we just got to wait and see. But if you want to win this series, I would win tomorrow's game. I would win tomorrow's game. Try to put the Dodgers on their heels. Aaron Nola goes out there, has a great start. Offense gets to this young pitcher who has been really good in his first 3 starts, but time to welcome him real big time to the majors and give him his first clunker. That would be really huge for this offense to, get on a young starter. I know they kind of struggled today against the guy that had an 8 ERA, but they still found a way to win. But, hey, why not score like 10 runs off the guy that has a sub-2 ERA? Why not do that? Because that would be pure Phillies to do that. So, yeah, I would like to win tomorrow's game, to put the Dodgers on their heels, and then you have a chance to sweep on Sunday. But at the end of the day, if you win tomorrow, you win the series, and that was my main goal for this. But hey, you take it one day at a time, and try to win the series. It starts with Aaron Nola on the bump, and we got to take it from there. So that's it. So if we look at Aaron Nola's last start, because of how dominant it was really dominant. Because I really just throw away that Nick Maton home run. He went 7 innings, allowed 1 hit, which was the 3-run home run. 3 walks and 12 strikeouts on 108 pitches. He was just absolutely dominant in that Monday game against the Tigers. Really dominant. Just really need to see some consistency from Aaron Nola. And I kind of, deep down think we're going to get that consistency from Nola. I have that feeling. That slight feeling that he's going to come out with a purpose and do it. So, yeah. Gotta wait and see. What else is there? We do have a voicemail here on the Anytime Hotline. So you can leave those at 215-839-9885. Your thoughts and opinions on any Phillies wins, Philadelphia sports thing. Could be Phillies, could be Flyers, could be Eagles, Sixers, whatever. Leave those there. You leave a text message. You can also utilize the YouTube live feed during streams. It's your preference at the end of the day. So let's get to the Anytime Hotline. We got Sean here. Sean, what do you got on tonight's win?
Oh, I know Amadeo's fired up tonight. He's grinning like a Cheshire cat after this victory. solid big win for the Phillies coming off the deck after being sucker punched, so to speak, by the Dodgers. I was a little surprised, not that he's been solid this year, that Connor Brogdon was sent back down to the minors. Their lack of a right-handed middle reliever that they can count on showed today. Not having Brogdon, not having Bellotti, and having to go to freaking Matt Strom. But the Phillies did what they had to do again. They came off the deck and got the win. I'll give an under-the-radar appreciation to Gregory Soto tonight for the job he did in the top of the ninth, setting up the bottom half. Big win for the Phillies. You got a chance to win the series tomorrow. Let's go get it.
Exactly. Yeah, it definitely was a shocker to see Brogdon go down, but it's the point where he's been like the reliever that's been like completely overused, and I think he was showing signs of being overused because at the beginning of the season, it was Andrew Bellotti, and he was dominant for like the first few weeks, but then eventually the gas fell off the wheels there, and he started to get hit around a bunch, and he was a clear sign that he was getting overused. And then who else was it that was after Bellotti? I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if was it Strom. I'm trying to remember like who was the next guy after Bellotti to get completely overused. But then after that guy, it was Connor Brogdon that was being basically used in every situation, whether it was early in the ball game, whether it was later in the ball game. He was the opener for a game in San Francisco where he got rocked a little bit. So basically, trying to be used in every single situation. Guy got overused, and I guess he's going back down to AAA just to reset himself a little bit. Hopefully, Bellotti will come back eventually. And also, talking about right-handed relievers, you're also missing Nick Nelson, too, because he could be a guy that eats you a couple of innings. He's not going to be dominant whatsoever, but he'll have his good moments. But he can also be a guy that just eats innings for you. And that's desperately a guy that you need in your middle relief. Guy that can go at least 2 innings, 3 at max. That would be very helpful. So, yeah. And and Gregory Soto did really good. Matt Strom, he's going to have bad outings from time to time. It just sucks that it happened at this point, but he's been a really reliable guy for you out of the bullpen. I'm not sure what's going to happen the next time around the 5th starter happens. I'm not sure if that's going to be Strom's outing or that's going to be someone else, because that's going to be a question mark, but I'm not sure that's going to be until the Diamondback series this week upcoming, so we don't have to worry about it right now because you got Aaron Nola and Taijuan Walker on Sunday. So you got 2 of your starters at least for this series, which is important. And who knows, maybe if they win this series, maybe they move the bullpen game up and they save Taijuan Walker for the Diamondbacks. That could be something. I wouldn't be shocked if they do that, but I would like to try to put the horse, pin down the Dodgers a little bit if you have a chance to sweep, but not going to get too far ahead of myself. Take it one game at a time. Aaron Nola on the bump tomorrow. Chance to win the series. I would like to see this offense do a little more consistently throughout the entire game. They have been quiet the past few games. They scored more today, and Kyle Schwarber came up clutch when you needed him to, which was very nice to see. It's June. It's June. Kyle Schwarber already has 4 home runs this month. He's getting hot. He's warming up, and he's doing things in that leadoff spot. So, yeah. If Kyle Schwarber wasn't in that 1 hole, and if he was in the 5 hole or something like that, probably wouldn't have hit that walk-off home run today, because it probably would have been someone who would have been up there in the 1 hole still. In that case, it probably would have been Bryce Stott at that point, because he was the guy that was leading off before Schwarber got moved back up. So it probably would have been Bryce Stott in that position, and who knows if Bryce Stott was going to hit the walk-off home run. I doubt he would have. Not to knock Bryce Stott, but right now Kyle Schwarber is in June, and this is his month. But yeah, man. Good times. Good times. So, I think we're going to shut it down right now. I see some of you guys in the chat here. Yeah, the Mets did lose again, channel name. I did see that. The Mets are kind of going on a downward spiral ever since they swept the Phillies. And that kind of makes me a little bit annoyed, just because the Mets are sucking this badly and you still can't beat them. So, I'm not going to gripe on that for the time being. Next time we play the Mets, maybe they're still sucking at that point, and maybe you can sneak a series win there. Pete Alonso just went on the injured list for a few weeks, so that's definitely going to be a big loss for them because their pitching has not been good and their offense has not been consistent. But more of the case during this streak, their pitching has not been good at all, especially their bullpen. They're really missing Edwin Diaz in the back end of that bullpen. Badly. Good to see Alvarado back. Yep, desperate need for that back end. Nick Castellanos might actually deserve some All-Star votes. He's most likely going to be the Phillies All-Star this year. That's what I would expect. Maybe Jose Alvarado. Maybe he gets some All-Star votes now that he's back. What else? Yeah, Schwarber walk-off. Schwarber. Yeah. Love me some Kyle Schwarber in June. Love it. So, think, like I said, gonna shut it down now, boys. I appreciate everyone here that joins the streams as always. So don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to check out everything in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join the channel. I saw your comment right there. Petition for Alvarado. 14 put up by the Pirates on the Mets. But yeah, hit that subscribe button. Does me a great deal. We're getting very close to 800 subscribers. So definitely hit that. And once we get to 800, we're getting closer to 1,000. Also for tomorrow's stream, just so I bring this up, I'm going to be in New York tomorrow. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back. I know the game is at 4 o'clock. So definitely when the game's going on, I'm going to be in New York. So if I get back at a reasonable time, I'll probably do a recap. But if I don't get back at a reasonable time, or if I'm just too tired when I get home, I'll probably just recap tomorrow's game with Sunday's recap. So just a heads up for you guys. It's there. It's out there for you guys to know that. So you have that known. So if I'm not tired tomorrow, I'll do a recap. If I'm tired when I get home, yeah. But we'll find out. So thank you everyone for joining tonight again. I'll see you next time.